2019 Generals football season right here on 100.7 WDMS, part of the HPRN Sports Network. Uh, Kicking it off in style down here at Madison Ridgeland in this brand new press box, Patrick. It's a beautiful facility they have down here. I just not real sure what it would take to get one of these, but I'd like to have Keith.
There you go, man. Maybe some of our general faithful out there in the general nation want to write a few checks, and we can put a couple up. The look here at Madison Ridgeland is excellent. I mean, it seems like very well coordinated. All the buildings are styled and looking the same. Even I'm looking at they're building some sort of just equipment warehousing area out here outside the baseball field, and it looks just like the school building too.
Yeah, almost like a new maintenance shop or something. This beautiful campus, new turf field, new press box. Generals getting ready to kick off 2019 season, and got a whole new staff of general coaches, including a new head general. I think you got some biographies on those guys down there, don't you, Patrick?
Well, mostly for the Madison Ridgeland guys, but folks, for those just fans that have been listening through the years, we've had a whole new slew of coaches come in to lead our generals in the football field area. Taking on a lot of roles, teaching some class, and also going to be active in the track and the strength training, and just really to help turn the tide on this general, take what was already good and make it a lot more excellent. First, for the Madison Ridgeland Academy, a little lowdown on them. Those guys are, of course, they're going to be very talented. Had an excellent team last year. They're expecting big things this year. Close to 60 men on the roster. Some key players you're going to hear about this year are, first of all, one of the best athletes on the team. He's going to play on both sides of the ball. Is number one, Drew Horton. He's a senior. They got a quarterback. He's an excellent athlete as well. Plus arm, as Coach Wallace described him, and just very proficient. They try to be very precise on offense. They run a spread offense, very similar to what you're going to hear about. Let's talk to you about the Generals. And that quarterback is number 7, Phillip Short. He's also a senior. On the defensive side of the ball, they try to cause a few confusions. Like to do is base it out of a 3-man defensive front, which means they got a lot of roaming linebackers back there on the strong side and weak side. So a lot of guys are going to have good athleticism back there. Leading that defense is going to be their middle linebacker, senior William Latham III. He's going to be number 3, and got a really big defensive lineman named Brendan Butler, who's also a senior. He's going to be up there causing a little havoc for us on the offensive line of scrimmage. The MRA Patriots are led by head coach Herbert Davis and assistant Danny White. Now, as far as your generals are concerned, folks, we're looking for a big year out of them. They are returning 13 seniors, which is a pretty good sized class. We got 5 juniors, and we got 9 sophomores that moved up from the JV ranks yesterday from a team from a team that was very competitive. Generals are small in number, but we're going to hope they act like they're legion in attitude. We're wrestling about 27 players, and I already gave you the breakdown on what those classes are. Look for some key plays out of people like John Bentley Suarez, Eli Fertizzi, Thomas Barr, even Drake Nichols here and there. Caleb Janis is going to be anchoring that defense as a senior. That offense at quarterback. And what you're going to look for, and even the broadcast may reflect it, folks, is that the game's going to move a lot faster. Coach Wallace likes to go with a no-huddle, Scott, and likes to get to the line of scrimmage. Even if we slow it down, you may hear pauses in between plays just to give the guys a breather, but we go no-huddle because if we don't substitute, then the other teams can't either.
That's right.
That's a good way to keep the talent. They can't bring in a run package to defend the run, and then on second and long or second and short, keep the run package on. They have to be good athletes on the field at all times. The Generals, as always, are going to have a lot of speed, you know that, and going to give you so look for an upbeat type of program, a football game, a lot of action going on, a lot of moving parts. It ought to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Patrick, I believe I'm watching with the ongoings up here in the press box, trying to be prepared for when the national anthem comes, because we always like to be respectful of that and take a commercial break. So I think we have that coming up here pretty quick. But
real quick, I forgot to give you the breakdown of the new coaches. Leading, of course, is Coach Greg Wallace. Assistant coaches are Josh Cooley, Cole Houck, Justice Kowalski, and Ryan Lassiter.
Yeah, and I think Justice is also going to double as our strength and conditioning coach, and Coach Lassiter is the head JV coach. Is that right, Patrick?
That's correct. Coach Lassiter runs the JV program, and one of the things that we haven't had in the past that we do now, folks, is a lot of continuity on offense. Everything down from the Pee Wee football team. They're all structured in the same offensive structure with different variations for their skill levels, but that's in order to make them more proficient once they get to the high school level.
All right, and we're fixing to get ready for our invocation, our national anthem, so we're going to send y'all to a few commercials.
At this time, we ask that everyone rise, remove your caps for tonight's invocation that will be led by Young Life Area Director Justin Smith. Following prayer, our national anthem will be sung by MRA ninth grader Audrey Holman.
Let's pray. God, thanks so much for a beautiful night, surrounded by friends and family. Be with us as we have fun and watch our friends. Keep us safe. We love you. Amen.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Nailed it. Way to go.
They did. They did short and quick. Welcome back, General Faithful. We're about to have kickoff here. The Generals will be kicking off to MRA. We're going to be moving from right to left on your radio dial. To do the honors again is, I'm not sure who's going to. Is that Eli Patizzi going to do the kicking?
He is holding the tee.
Oh, okay.
No, that's number one, and we don't have a number one on our roster.
It looks like Eli Patizzi.
It does look like Eli. Eli has only been number 4. I don't know I think with the old uniforms, we didn't have a number 1, and we do in the new set. Maybe we didn't update our roster.
Yep. Scott, speaking of the new uniforms, the Generals are looking sharp tonight, wearing white helmets, white jerseys with navy pants. MRA will kind of be the exact opposite of that. They've got the white helmets with their decal on them, along with the navy jersey and white pants. Back deep for the MRA Patriots is number 21, Tyler Latham, and number 24, Clayton White. And it's a kick. It's a pooch kick. Fair catch is called for. And so it's going to come down and come to rest on about the 27-yard line on the far side of the field.
The Generals going to take over 1st and 10, and I don't know if we addressed that earlier, Patrick. We did win the toss and chose to defer.
So your Generals will be receiving the ball regardless of the first half outcome. They'll be receiving the ball starting the second half. The Generals defense, just like last year, is anchored by a couple of key players. We've got, of course, Bogan Brewer in there, the hammer, anchoring that defense in the middle.
Number 8, Thomas Barr looks like the other linebacker.
Yep, Thomas Barr playing the other linebacker. You'll see both of these guys at the running back position on the other side of the ball. General showing a 3-man front. Kel Hodges on the outside linebacker on the far side. Thomas Barr lined up here. They're in a shotgun formation. Spread 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Quarterback takes a snap. He wants to go deep right off the top. we got good coverage. We got a little handsy right there, and the ball was fumbled around a little bit. The receiver had a little bit of a push off there, wasn't called, but the ball hits the ground nonetheless. Good defense right there by
Drake Nichols.
Drake Nichols, number 10. Did a good job right there. He wasn't fooled by anything.
Yeah, it looked like they may have got away with a little bit of a push there.
Yeah.
Drake was in position to make a play, and
Yeah. Again, the quarterback is number 7, Philip Short, 6'1", 210-pound quarterback, good-looking athlete. There in shotgun formation again, is running back on the right side. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. There's a snap. He's got his man open. He throws a short in route. They're going to get about, we'll call it, right at 9 yards there. So they're going to be in 3rd and manageable at 3rd and 1. Ball's on the near side of the field. That ball does come to rest just inside the 39-yard line. They're back to the line of scrimmage again. No huddle. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near side. Long running back on the hip of the quarterback. Short.
he was going to jump off sides. And I'm a little confused, Patrick. Now they've changed it. It was they headed it 2nd down, and it was 3rd. But we're going to jump off sides and give them the easy 1st down. So that'll be the 1st down of the night for MRA via the penalty. Something we need to, we had problems with that early last year too, Patrick.
Ball's in play. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 on the near. Takes the handoff to the running back. Has a man over the top. They just had too many receivers for us to defend. The ball's completed to number 2, Rafe Vinson. And he's going to get all the way down to the general 30. Ball's in the middle of the field.
Talk about Eli Fertizzi. That is Eli. Notice his gait now that he's running wearing that new number 1, Patrick.
Yep. Back to the line of scrimmage. H-back on the far side, 1 back on the right hip. The quarterback short. 1 receiver to the near side, 1 on the far side. Going to throw the quick out route. We're giving a little bit of a cushion there. And Eli Fertizzi steps up quick to make the tackle. But they're going to get 5 yards. Got a little help there from Von Epson and
Wildsey Kelly.
So they're going to be in 2nd and manageable. It looks like they got about 6 yards. The ball's going to be on the 24-yard line on the far side of the field. Again, folks, we're moving from left to right. Patriots get to the line of scrimmage. They're set and ready to go again. Trips receivers to the near side, 1 on the far. He's going to throw a quick hitch route and throws it through in and out of the hands of the receiver. Might have been throwing a little bit too much juice on that one, Scott.
Yeah, what you call the RPO, where he fakes the handoff, and I think we were getting a little heat, so he turned up the pressure on that one and got it through the receiver's hands.
So we got 3rd and 4. They're back to the line of scrimmage in a hurry. Trips receivers to the near side, 1 on the far side, 1 running back in the backfield. He hands it off. He goes towards the middle. Our linebacker chooses a different route, and he's going to get the 1st down and gets about, we'll call it 5 or 6 on the ground.
About the 18-yard line, tackled by Thomas Barr. Good, solid open field tackle as they got through the 1st line of the defense, Patrick.
That's what we need to do is try to prevent them from getting to the 2nd level. They're back to the line of scrimmage. 1 back in the backfield, 2 receivers to the near, 2 to the far. Hand off again to the running back, 21. He gets to the edge. He cuts upfield, and a good open field tackle there by, again, John Bentley Suarez, the diesel up there, comes up from the cornerback position and
put a pretty good
open field tackle on a running back, but they do get 8. It's 2nd down and 2. Ball's on the near side of the field. We have 2 receivers on both sides of the field, 1 back in the backfield. Short, the quarterback, takes a snap, reads his man. He's scrambling a little bit, gets out to the edge, tries to throw over the top, and I think we're going to have him out of bounds.
Yeah, going to be pushed out of bounds. Oh, no, now they're going to
call the ball inbounds and caught for a touchdown by number 4, Joe Perkins. I would have to say that was questionable, to say the least, Scott. That was
high school level. You do have to have 2 feet in bounds.
2 feet in bounds, as much as it is in the NCAA. On to do the kicking for the PATs, number 17, Clay Olson, another senior kicker. Patriots line up. Got a tight formation. Number 2 doing the holding. Rafe Vinson calls for the ball. Snaps low, but he gets it down and up.
Kick is
up, and it is good. So we right off the bat, the Patriots take it down the field, burn up about, what do we say, about
2 minutes and 7 seconds.
2 minutes and 7 seconds. It don't take long to get down the field. Although I will say some miscue. I think Generals can make some adjustments and kind of a little bit better attack. We look like we chose some wrong lanes there, maybe some misreads, and just we missed tackling and we just weren't there to tackle.
Yeah, we may have picked wrong lane a few times. And of course, you got to give MRA a little credit. They may have had a little something to do with that, but Generals definitely can adjust from that drive. There's some things we can do.
And folks, we've got some good-sized boys, but I tell you, these MRA Patriots, they got 2 guys. They have one of the offensive linemen is 6'6", and he's just a junior, 6'6", 315 pounds, J.P. Wilk. And then another one, George Drake, who's just a junior, 6'4", 305 pounds. Those guys are up on the line of scrimmage moving people around, and that could be part of the problem.
And they're not fat either.
No, they're good-sized guys. They get around, they're thick and good-looking linemen. So well, maybe our generals can find out something to kind of get in their business a little bit. And MRA has a little tight formation for the kickoff, faking the onside kick, kind of keeping our guys on their toes, and now they spread out, 5 men on each side of the field. The ball is set on the near side hash mark.
Who we got back deep there, Patrick?
Back deep, we've got looks like John Bentley Suarez and young Von Epson. He fields it at about the 19. He turns up the middle, still running. He's going to be brought down at about we'll call it the 23-yard line.
They may give him the 24,
Yep, it looks like
25,
that.
forward progress.
Okay, we'll
see
take
what
that spot after that call in the end zone a while ago,
that's
huh?
right. You know,
So,
we are homers, folks.
as advertised, folks, we are going to be. We do show favoritism and make no bones about it. This is not CNN. Generals, Janice brings them to the line. Thomas Barr, the long back on the left tip of Janice. One receiver on the near side, 3 on the far. The ball is on the near side hash mark. We're moving from right to left on your radio dial. He calls for the ball, sets his feet. They bring a few of them. He makes a throw.
Nice catch.
Eli Fertizzi goes up and fights for the ball. He was covered pretty good, but he pulls it down, and he says he's not having any of that. That's going to be his ball, and we're going to get a +2 on a quick hitch right there. So it's going to be second and 8.
And there again, as advertised, we're not huddling there. We did run a few people in, a few people off, but
So when we do make substitution, the personnel change, they are allowed to do the same. We have to allow them to do it. We're back to the line of scrimmage now. He's got 2 backs in the backfield. Thomas Barr on his left. Bogan Brewer, the hammer, on his right, and they now shift. Still in the shotgun, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 on the far. Patriots showing blitz. We get the snaps, the handoff to Thomas Barr. He can get to the edge, and he's wrangled down by number 4, the middle linebacker, Joe Perkins, a 6'1", 195-pound senior, plays wide receiver, and they call it a safety, but he was awfully close to the line of scrimmage, and we're going to lose 2, so we're back at 3rd and 10.
yeah, these teams these days are going to all these hybrid type positions. They're calling them a safety, a rover, a dog, a spurred. They get a bunch of different names for them, but most of the time that's going to be your most aggressive, athletic type kid that gets after the football.
The scouting report is on these guys. They're going to bring the house. They're going to do a lot of blitz and try and cause some confusion. We've got 1 receiver on the near side, 3 on the far, 1 back in the backfield. They're showing blitz again. He's going to have to get rid of it. Through the hands of number 9, Von Epson, a little bit high on the throw right there, but he was rushed. We had a backside blitz that nobody picked up. So the Generals are going to have to do a good job of reading where that's coming from and maybe keep an extra back in the backfield.
Yeah, Janice did a good job then of getting rid of that ball and avoiding the big hit because they were coming after him pretty good. And
Yeah, they were.
8 minutes, 32 seconds ago, first quarter, Generals getting ready to punt. Looks like, is that John Bentley back to punt, or is that Eli?
The way these jerseys crinkle up make it a little bit tough on some of these small guys to see, but I think that's Eli Fertizzi back punting. So he's going to be standing on his own 12-yard line. The ball's over his head. He's going to field it. Maybe he can get a punt off. He's trying to run out of the end zone, but he's going to be tackled for safety. Ball snapped way over his head. And y'all know Eli Fertizzi is not a tall fella, pretty good athlete. Did his best to field that ball and try and get out of there, but we just put him in a sticky spot with that deep snap.
He's getting up real slow. He got tackled by about 6 of the Patriots, and he's kind of getting up kind of slow. Of course, now we'll have a free kick coming up as MRA takes a 9-0 lead, 8:24 mark, first quarter after the bad snap on the punt, resulting in the safety. While we get ready, there's a little confusion while we're getting ready for this free kick. We're going to hear from one of our fine sponsors.
That's right. So what do you think about that call? And where do you go to? Okay. That's not a bad idea. I don't know what the ratings are. I guess on Bluetooth. You think it's Bluetooth? That's interesting. Tell me that and I'll start doing something stupid.
It's way better in here to sit than it is
So we is it raining?
Welcome back to MRA's campus. It's going to take Patrick a minute to compose himself. He thinks I'm breaking the rules by playing my own commercials during the football games on Friday night, but
Not at all. If you're not your number 1 fan, who will be?
that's right. So
I envy your confidence.
That's right. We're getting ready for the free kick. Number 1, Eli Fertizzi.
I wonder if something's not wrong with old Pedro to Kelly. He's been maybe having an injury or something. He can't contribute at this level right now. Maybe it's just a strategy thing on this pooch kicking we're doing.
'cause
Ball's on the near side hash mark. On a safety, we have to kick it from the 20, so the MRA will get the ball back, and we're ready to go. He kicks a deep kick right here, surprises him a little bit. Ball's going to be filled on the 35. We've got good pursuit. They lay a couple blocks. He's getting to the sideline, and Eli Fertizzi makes an excellent tackle on the general side of the field, 41, but we'll call it about a 25, 30-yard return, wouldn't you say?
yeah, number 25, Alston Ross on the return, going to get it all the way out to the General's 38-yard line. 8 minutes, 17 seconds to go, first quarter. Patriots are going to take over 1st and 10, leading 9-0.
General showing that three-man front they like to do it. Very similar to MRAs. A lot of Roman linebackers. We're playing with three up there. Thomas Ball will roam from side to side. We've got Kel Hodges on the far side there. Three receivers to the far side. One of the near. They're running trips ends right here. He hits his man. Good throw low.
Good throw,
That
good
defender
catch.
behind him. Just an excellent placement on that throw by Short. And so we have a completion of about, we'll call it 14, 15 yards.
So
And,
number 6, Starnes, made an excellent catch on the low ball there, Patrick.
Same formation. He's got one back on his right hip to his rear, one receiver to the near side, three to the far. We're still moving from left to right. There's the snap. Short drops back. He's looking for a man. Thinks he's got him and throws wide a little bit. General seem to be rushing three. We may not be able to let him sit back there. We may have to bring some pressure from the edge, or maybe it's a bit early to show him anything like that. So we will see. So we have an incompletion, 2nd and 10. Back to the line of scrimmage, trips to the far side of the field, one receiver to the near, Short in the backfield, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, drops
Set
back.
the
We got a
screen
screen
up.
set up. Thomas Barr breaks it up
great
and does a
job.
great job of making his man miss, one of those big guys we talked about, and tackles him pretty much right there. They're going to have a
Lose
loss
two.
of 2.
It's going to be second. It's going to be 3rd and 12.
So it'll be 3rd and 12, so look for some fireworks right here, folks.
Yeah. Tell you what, Phil Short's one of the best quarterbacks in the state. I don't care if it's public school, private school, whatever. If we don't find a way to get some pressure on him, the Generals could be in for a long night in the secondary.
Three receivers to the far side, one in the near, one back in the backfield. He takes a shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, looking to the left where the three receivers are. Got a huge cushion over there and just
Got a
overthrows, and we got a flag on the field. We'll see what happens here. We seem to be giving a little bit of a cushion on that far side, a little too much, and letting them get to that first down markers before they feel any pressure. So let's
It's going to be a whole day where Bogan Brewer was getting after the quarterback pretty good and saw his numbers move on that jersey, and that with these tight-fitting type jerseys, that's a telltale sign he's being held, Patrick.
Yep, we'll see. They're going to think that we're going to take the penalty. We're going to mark it off.
No,
they're not. We have declined the penalty. It's 4th and 12. Kind of in no man's land here for a high school kicker. They don't want to take the chance at missing the field goal and give us the field position, so they're going to run another play at 4th and 12. Two receivers on the far side, one on the near, H back on the left side, one back in the backfield. He takes a snap and drops. Short's looking for a man. Thinks he has him. We have a big cushion. He throws the ball with a good on the money. He got there a little bit late, but they do have the first down, a pickup of about 15 yards.
Ball's going to be on the 11-yard line. 7 minutes, 9 seconds to go, first quarter. MRA's 1st and 10 since it's just outside of the 10-yard line.
Generals are back to the line, as are the Patriots. They're lined up in a tight little, very small splits on that line of scrimmage for the linemen. Two receivers to the far side, one on the near, two to the near, I'm sorry. They're going to get the handoff to the running back. He goes up the middle. He's met right there by, it looks like Bogan Brewer, who's tackling while he's being, no, that is Kel Hodges, who's tackling him while he's being blocked.
Yeah.
So great athletic play by the strong junior there, Kel Hodges.
Yeah, Kel is a good-looking specimen.
They're going to pick up 4 on it, however, getting past the line of scrimmage. We got two receivers to the near side, one on the far. H back to the near side. Running formation out of the spread. Short calls for the ball, shotgun formation. Hand it off again. They got a new pair of legs in there, and that's going to be number 27. Number 27, the first time he's run the ball. That's A.J. Halsley, another senior, 5'8", 165-pound running back.
Tackled by 20. We don't have a 20 on our roster. I think that's going to be.
Yeah, I think that's Andy Trong.
Yeah.
Or Eric Pham. I can't.
One of those guys. We need to
Joey
get
Pham.
need to get a roster updated.
I think that's going to be Eric. I think that's Eric Pham because he's on our roster at 21, so that's probably the closest number they had.
There's a penalty, so we're back. We're getting it backed up here.
Marking off 10.
Marking off
15. So we had some sort of
unsportsmanlike
conduct or some personal foul of some sort.
They never saw
Never saw any kind of indication on what they called. They're back to the line of scrimmage and ready to go again. Short in the backfield with his long running back. Two receivers to the near side, two on the far. Ball in the middle of the field. It's on the 20. They look to the sideline looking for the change in play.
3rd and 19.
3rd and 19. They're going to take a shot at the end zone here.
Oh, yeah.
6 minutes and counting. He's looking for a man deep, tries to throw over the middle. He's got a man, and he hits him right over the top, threads the needle. We had 3 guys back there in coverage, and he just ran to an open spot, and they threw it to an open spot. So touchdown for the MRA Patriots. Shorts connects with number 6, Tyler Starnes, a 5'8", 150-pound senior, with an excellent catch and an excellent throw, just being really precise and proficient.
You can tell they've practiced that route right there a lot because, I mean, he just threw it to the spot and anticipating the guy being there.
So the Patriots will attempt the point after here. Again, holding is number 2, Rafe Vincent, and the kicker, number 17, is Clay Olson.
Waiting on the snap
There's
back.
that good snap, ball's down, he kicks it up and gets it up to the uprights, it looks like, and so we're going to have an extra point, and the score is going to be 16 zip. MRA Patriots are leading your Generals with 5:54 on the clock. We're at rest right now before we start play again.
Yeah, we're going to hear from some of our fine sponsors real quick.
What happened to my ad? I told y'all to call me.
We'll get you hooked up.
Huh?
Get you hooked up.
I'm bridging the gap right here. Bridging the gap. Where do you suppress the gap? The Saban started that. The music teacher. The Saban.
Oh, okay. Brittany. It's a start.
There you go.
Oh, and
The
there's
Patriots, they do an
onside
onside kick, and they bring the barrage of guys down there, and then we didn't have anybody step up and field it, so that ball is going to go the mandatory 10 yards, and it looks like we're still kind of sorting it out, but it looks like the MRA Patriots are saying they have it. And we caught us off guard, and our front linemen weren't prepared to field that, and they just exploited our unattentiveness there. And the Generals got to be more aware. They line up like that and fake it a lot for a reason, to think it puts you to sleep, thinking they're not going to do it, and they did it that time.
Oh, now they're going to say General's ball.
Well, we've changed it.
Oh, now
okay.
he's just pointing the wrong way.
I don't know. Maybe they're down there with a kickabee or something trying to figure this thing out. But it does belong to the MRA Patriots.
Kind of caught us off guard too, Patrick.
Yeah.
They were still. I was letting the commercials play. They were still in that huddle. I was sitting there waiting on them to break out and kick it deep, and they fooled everybody, including us, with the onside kick.
That's all right. We won't write you up. Everybody understands. Ball comes to rest on the 49-yard line of the Generals. Right side of the field, moving from left to right. 2 receivers on the far, 2 to the near. Short's got a man coming across on a crossing route. He gets clear of Drake Nichols, and he's going to run to the sideline and going to be tackled out of bounds there.
Got a face
We
mask.
got a face mask going to be called, I think, on Von Epson. He was just grabbing for everything he could to stop him from scoring. And just like that, the MRA Patriots are down on about the 15-yard line, running out of bounds at the far side of the field is number 4, Joe Perkins, a 6'1", 195-pound wide receiver. He's a senior.
Personal foul, face mask is called against the
So we'll see where they
So
go.
now they're going to walk it off, and it's half the distance from
Half
where
the
we
distance.
are. So now the ball is going to be on the Generals' 8-yard line, far side of the field. One
First
receiver,
and goal.
First and goal. 1 receiver to the far side, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 back in the backfield. Short calls for the snap. It's a little bit high, hands it off to the running back, number 27. He's still bouncing around up there in the middle. It's finally brought down by who is that number?
Number 8, Thomas Ball.
Thomas Barr, number 8, brings him down.
It's about the inside the 1-yard line.
Yeah, they're right
Second
on the goal line, so I imagine they're going to try and just power it in right here. They bring in 2 running backs, so it's going to, number 3, Willie Latham's going to step up to the H back. We got 1 receiver on the far side, 2 on the near. Shotgun formation, hand it off.
Touchdown.
To number
MRA.
27. It's going to be a touchdown for MRA. A.J. Halsey, a 5'8", 165-pound senior running back.
22-0. Awaiting next point. 5:04, first quarter. Generals, we got to get something going, Patrick. Got to get some first downs, string together a drive, start having some success. Build on it.
Well, we just size-wise, genetically, we're having a tough time with the line of scrimmage. A couple of those guys, 6'5", 6'6", 300 pounds, and heck, they can fall and make a hole.
Yeah,
So
They're definitely bigger than us.
they got some big old boys out there. Our generals just got to put up a fight and stay with it.
Yeah. This is one of those games you're gonna find out who's gonna hang with you and who's not.
It is. So the score's now 23-0. 5:04 remaining in the first quarter. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining.
And we're gonna hear from a couple more of our sponsors. While this time we're gonna let the onside kick fool us on Patrick.
You don't want to wait for my comment.
Five eight. Yeah, we should be in 4A. They counted, we had one over the limit, and then we had 2 leave at Christmas. We had 2 leave at Christmas and we had the coast. So now we're 1 over the limit, but they already did count.
Welcome back to Madison, Mississippi, to this beautiful campus of Mazarizland. And they come out of the
They try to
back and
fake,
tried to
they
fake the
fake
onside
it. They
kick.
fake it just about every time, trying to lull you to sleep. And we walked Thomas Barr up there early to come up and help out. And so now he goes back to midfield, back to the middle of the field, and deep to help block for the return. Ball's kick's going to come down towards Von Epson. Looks like it's going to go in the end zone. So Von wisely lets that ball go over his head and go into the end zone.
Yeah,
Good
Generals had
kick
the
right
ball
there.
at
Came
28.
down about the 5 and just bounced his way through the end
Yeah.
zone.
Good thing it wasn't a wedge shot and had some backspin on it, because we'd have been scrambling.
Yeah,
to
we'd
pick
have been in a tough spot there. So the Generals, again, no huddle at the line of scrimmage, looking for the play call from the sideline from Coach Wallace. We got 2 receivers to the near side, 2 on the far side. Kel Hodges in the backfield on the left hip of Janice. Janice calls for the snap. They're showing blitz for the Patriots. Now we're checking off. We're looking to the sideline, getting a new play. They show blitz. They put on a shift, move linebackers to the near side. Still showing blitz on the outside. There's a snap. Got a good snap. Good. Throws a little high. He's throwing over a defender there. It's like they're bringing more than we got in there to block. And Janice gets rid of it, and he's trying to throw it to number 2, John Bentley, on the far sideline, and just kind of throws it over our head. We've got some talented athletes at those wide receiver positions. Height they do not have, but they are talented, hard-nosed athletes, and some of those high balls were tough to get to for them.
Well, especially when you're throwing it over 6'4" and 6'5" guys.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
7, 8 foot high when they got their arms
That's
stretched
right.
out.
Ball in the middle of the field on the 20. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 on the far. Kel Hodges, motion. Eli Fertizzi to the right side. That's going to make 3 on that side. They're throwing a quick hitch. Still ball fielded high. John Bentley catches it, makes a man miss, and going to get positive yards. Kind of ran a quick hitch with a couple of blockers out there. And we're going to get about 3 yards.
We're going to give him 4. Looks like it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Again, folks, we're very, very, very lenient towards our generals. We don't lie about it. So it is a solid 4 yards, though. I'll give you that, Scott.
Right on the 24-yard line, Patrick. Here
No
we go.
huddle. Back to the line of scrimmage. Kel Hodges in the backfield. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 on the near. Ball's on the far side hash mark. Janice calls for the ball. They're showing blitz again from the outside edge. He's going to take it, roll to the near side, looking for a man. He's got one in the middle of the field. He can't see him. Going to throw over the top. Well done, but throws it out of bounds. The right read there by Von Epson. I don't know if Janice couldn't turn his shoulders because he was rolling to the near side. And see Eli Fertizzi had broken free. The safety had given up on him. And if we can make that throw, we're gone.
That's a tough throw for a left-handed throw back that hard across his body, but
Yep.
Eli was definitely open.
It sounds fun, folks, but if you're a left-handed quarterback, you prefer to be rolling to your right. And if you're right-handed, you prefer to roll to your left. But the Kosminoff throws with the wrong hand, so we have to live with it.
Eli Fertizzi into punt, hoping for a better snap this go-around.
And it is a good snap. He gets a foot to it. They rush it. It's a low ball. It's hitting, going to bounce out of bounds. Looks like it was tipped by number 13 coming on the outside edge, and that's Sam Poles, a 6'1", 185-pound junior.
Yeah, I believe he got a hand on it.
I think
Changed
so.
the
The way-
trajectory and the direction of it.
Yeah, I mean, Eli put the foot to it pretty good because even though he tipped it, it was coming out of there with pretty good velocity. So the ball is going to come to rest on the 44-yard line of the Generals. So we're still playing on our side of the field on the far side hash mark. The Patriots come out led by Short, quarterback. And we're going to have 2 receivers to the near side, and it appears 1 receiver to the far side, possibly 2. We'll see when they come set. That big line of scrimmage comes, checks the formation. They got 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near, 1 back in the backfield. Short cross with the ball, has a slap. He's looking for that quick out. He's got a man open here, and he bobbles it around, and he still catches it. He's going to get about 1 positive yard. The tackle made there by number 32, Pedro Giachelli. Will Giachelli out there on the coverage.
Great awareness by Kelly to wrap him up as soon as he bobbles that ball and or
Back
we
to
could
the
have been
line of
looking at a
scrimmage.
Big game there, Pat.
Now we're on the near side of the field. 2nd and 9. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near, 1 back in the backfield. Shorts calls for the ball. They're going to hand it off. He fakes it. No, good fake. Got a man behind one of our guys. We got a flag at the line of scrimmage, so we're probably going to have a hold call. This may be coming back, but he completes that pass to number 2, Rafe Vinson. And he kind of got behind whoever that was. I don't know if it was John Bentley or Thomas Barr, who was over there that he got behind, but he threaded the needles. Another good throw by Short.
We're going to have, I think he fooled the lineman as well as fooling us because the penalty is illegal lineman downfield, so I think the lineman even thought he handed that one off, Patrick. So we're going to get 10 yards, replay 2nd down.
It takes a high proficiency in this type of offense to run that without errors like that because it is truly a run-pass option. When you got a big line like this, your receivers run routes every time, and your quarterback has the option to pull it and throw it anytime he wants to. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. It's going to be 2nd and about 14. Short takes the snap, throws a quick hitch to his number 5 here receiver on the near side, wrapped up quickly. John Bentley Suarez grabs him, and they're going to get a gain of about, we'll call it 8.
Yep. Kale Hodges, Wilger Kelly coming over quickly to help secure that tackle. So we're going to have 3rd and
about 6.
3rd and
we'll
about
call.
6. Ball's just inside the 40-yard line.
Again, no huddle, 1 back in the backfield. Now the back is number 21, Tyler Latham, a 5'8" sophomore. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 on the far. Ball is on the near side hash mark on about the 39. There's a snap. Short, got a man. Again, high, but brought in. Well done. Brought in, and just before he goes out of bounds and forced out of bounds by young Von Epson, that ball is going to be a pickup of about, we'll call it
21 yards.
And so the ball is going to be on the near side hash mark on the General's 23-yard line.
Good throw, good catch right there, Patrick.
Yep, Short is a very proficient quarterback. Sometimes even when he misses, he does it on purpose, not to hang his guys out to dry. He goes to the line of scrimmage and calls his lineman out. We got 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far, 1 back in the backfield. Short has the snap, looking for a man. He's going to throw over the top and just barely overthrows his man. Number 2 again, Vincent.
Drake Nichols on the coverage, had him covered up pretty good.
Yep, he was just in his hip pocket.
So going to be 2nd and 10. Clock stops. 2:51 to go, first quarter.
Still, again, no huddle. Play being signaled in from the sideline. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. In tight right here in a running formation from the spread. 1 back in the backfield, but it's not. He's looking for a quick hitch. Banana route down the middle, and he hits his man right there in the H-back position, number 34. It's going to be Landon Fulcher, 5'10", 180-pound wide receiver, senior. So we're going to have we've got a flag somewhere on the far side of the field, so I'm not sure what that's about.
Waiting on
Encroachment on the defense. They're going to decline that and take the first down of the positive yards. So he's going to get about
It's going to be down to the 5-yard line, so we're going to give him 16,
17 yards on that. So we're right on the 5-yard line, middle of the field. 2 receivers on the far side, 2 in the near, 1 back in the backfield. Short takes the snap, looking for a man. He's looking. He
Finds
finds his man, number 4, running across the middle and a little under route underneath the linebacker. Joe Perkins, a 6'1", 195-pound wide receiver, good-looking kid. He's a senior. Philip Short, the quarterback, has just been a real proficient arm back there. We're not putting a lot of pressure on him. We're going to have to do something. But right there, I saw a couple things where he probably could have run it in.
Yeah, I thought he was fixing to tuck it and go, but he's picked his receiver up last second. Going through his processions, when you give him so much time as he's had, you can go through
your progression, and you go from 1, 2, and 3 receivers as they're covered in that order. Know what he's trying to do.
Extra point is up and good. That's going to make it 30-0. MRA, 2 minutes, 30 seconds to go.
So Clay Olson, number 17 on, and for the good PAT.
We're going to go back while we get ready for the kick, hear from some of our fine sponsors. Welcome back to the campus of MRA, Madison, Mississippi, as the Generals are getting ready to receive the kickoff again. Let's see if MRA is going to get in that bunch formation, fake the onside, or if they're just going to line up and kick it deep.
I would look for them to kick this ball deep. I mean, who knows, man?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's
who knows. We've got
first game
Thomas
of the
Barr
year.
up early with up in the early part of the setup here, looking for that onside kick. Thomas ain't afraid to take those hits, go get that ball. He's a very aggressive young man, an excellent football player, fun to watch. They fake it again, spread out into their formation. Thomas turns and runs to get back deep so he can help Bogan and Kel Hodges do some blocking for these deep guys. Let's see if this ball is fieldable and can be returned. Now doing the kickoff here is number 11, Davis Dalton, a sophomore, 6'1", 160 pounds. Puts the foot to it very well. That's a very deep kick, and that ball comes to the rail. It hits on about the 3-yard line and bounces into the end zone again. A good foot for a young sophomore kicker like that.
Man, no kidding. I mean, that doesn't look like he's giving it all he's got either. He's just kind of jogging up to the ball and casually kicking it. It's, just short of landing in the end zone. That's pretty impressive for a 10th grader.
General's doing a different look here. It looks like we're bringing in a large package here, and with Bogan Brewer. So the jumbo package is in. We're in the huddle. We got some personnel swapping out here. Kelly sprints off along with Fratesi. And so we're going to go – we're still in the shotgun formation, but we got 2 backs in the backfield along with Bogan Brewer at the H-back. 1 receiver on the far side in the flanker position. A little bit tighter formation. The Patriots still trying to show movement up front. Hand it off to Thomas Barr. Get a lot of positive yards. Thomas, a hard runner, is going to get about 5 yards there. Just a good hard run, hard nose, and that's how Thomas Barr plays football.
Had big Bogan Brewer, big Kel Hodges in there lead blocking for him. H-back and the other back on the other side of the quarterback. And
so from here,
5, yeah.
Now we leave the big guys in, and they're going to rotate 1 out and bring on John Bentley and run off, I guess that's Will Kelly we just took off, let him break. And we're back in the huddle again, so we're slowing the pace down a little bit here, giving a different look. Still got 2 backs in the backfield, 1 on each side of the Cosmanoff, Caleb Janis, Bogan Brewer to up back in the H-back position, 1 wide receiver, John Bentley Suarez on the far side of the field. The ball's on the 25-yard line, far side hash mark. We're moving from right to left on your radio dial. The handoff, just a lot of penetration by the Patriots in the backfield there. They brought the house. We're in that formation. They pretty much sold out. There was 9 guys in the box and coming, and the 2 guys let sit back on an island there.
Yeah. And the 2 guys that were deep were like 7 yards off the ball. They
sold out right there.
Sold out to defend the run, and we lose 4. It's going to be 3rd and 9.
3rd and 9 balls come. We've gone backwards a little bit, so the ball's on the 21-yard line of the Generals, resting in the middle of the field.
Yeah, we got to loosen that defense up a little bit, Patrick. We got to get some.
We're going to take some shots deep here and get them off the line of scrimmage, and if we can bring them in tight enough, we might can burn them with some of the speed guys. But again, 2 back setup. Bogan Brewer at the H-back position, so we really have a 3-back setup, shotgun formation. John Bentley Suarez on the far side of the field at the wide receiver position. 3rd and 9. General's letting a little bit of the clock tick off. He gets the okay to run the ball.
All 11 men are within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage.
They are up on top of it.
Generals see that, and we're going to get a timeout.
No, we take a delay of game penalties. They throw a flag, and we are taking it. We didn't get the timeout called in time, apparently.
So, yeah,
so now we're going to be 3rd and 14.
From the 16-yard line.
I don't think they're changing play at all. Unless they check up at the line of scrimmage. Again, Thomas Barr and Kel Hodges, the backs in the backfield. Bogan Brewer up close at the H-back position. John Bentley Suarez on the far side. Caleb Janis, the quarterback. Could have been called for a false start there. Yeah, but we throw it deep right here. He underthrown a little bit, and I'm going to have to say that's pass interference. And I don't know what this back judge was called. Didn't call it. He could see it better, but that ball was underthrown.
Somebody's helmet, Bogan Brewer with his helmet knocked off. He'll have to come out of play if they saw it.
We tried to go deep there and didn't quite get the arm on it we needed to, but the ball was underthrown. And as the receiver, John Bentley Suarez, came back for the ball, once that cornerback over there in coverage, I'm not sure who it was, I think it was number 1, Drew Horton, realized he was beat coming back. He just kind of molested him over there. Yeah. And I'm glad that he called it, but this back judge over here didn't call it. He was looking dead at it. I'm not sure what was going on there. But Generals are going to get an automatic first down. The ball's going to come down, and we're going to be snapping it from the middle of the field on the 31-yard line, still on the General side of the field. They break the huddle, different formation. We got twins receivers on the far side, twins on the near. Who's the back there, Scott?
That's Thomas Barr, I believe.
We got motion to the far side with Eli Fratesi. They come off the edge, and we just didn't have anybody there to pick him up, so he's going to be sacked for a loss of about 10 yards. We're going to lose 10 yards on that sack, and we did not recognize. We ran motion and ran Eli off, and when we did, that outside linebacker walked up on the line of scrimmage and said, well, he's going to leave. I'm going to go in and get him.
And we're in our spread formation there, and they still got every defender within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. They don't, at this point, have no reason to respect our downfield passing game, and it looks like we're fixing to bring the end. First quarter is going to come to an end. General's trailing 30-0. We're going to take time out with them.
That's the end of the first
Be
quarter.
back in 30 seconds.
MRA 30, Washington School 0. Oh, they're kind of blending in.
There's two, there's one here and one down there.
Y'all want it on or off? It's kind of bright. It's up to y'all.
Yeah, let's go off, please, and get a reflection. Can y'all see your papers on it?
Welcome back to the campus of Madison Risen as we're still swapping ends of the field. I think taking a little bit longer than normal break between the quarters. I think that's kind of part of that initiative they do with the early season games, Patrick, where they try to take extra water breaks,
Yeah,
make sure they stay hydrated.
I haven't seen us do a mandatory break yet, so maybe the temperature's not today with the overcast skies at a point where MAIS is mandatory done it. Usually you get one a quarter about somewhere during the stop and play midway through the quarter. So the ball, we're going to switch sides here. The Generals are going to be moving from left to right on your radio dial. The ball's on the 21-yard line after that sack of Janice for a loss of 10. So we're at 2nd and 20 on the far side of the field. Generals are showing Von Epson lined up at the outside wide receiver position on the far side of the field. Trips to the near side, one back in the backfield, Thomas Barr. They fake the corner blitz, and they give it a little relaxing cushion there. We pull a guard and run Thomas Barr up the middle, and he's going to get, we'll call it about a yard. We'll give him a yard on that.
Yeah, that looks like they're going to spot it around the 22.5, almost at 23. We'll give him 2. Going to be 3rd and 18, Patrick. Thomas Barr's getting a break. Looks like he may have lost a shoe.
Yep, going to have to patch that shoe up, put in some new tires on those wheels, and we ran one off, but we brought 2 on.
Maybe
There, and Eli Fertizzi runs off there.
Maybe I thought for a second we were going to try to sneak 12 in.
It might take that tonight.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, we've only played a quarter, but this is a very, very good MRA football team.
Yeah, I would say they're the pick to win the state in the larger Division 6A football in MAIS this year. 2 receivers to the near side, one on the far, 2 backs in the backfield. Maybe we're going to protect him a little bit better this time, and we do. We pick up the blitz, but the line just collapses, and we're going to take another sack and have a loss of about,
All the way back to the
we're going to call it, 12 yards? So it's 4th and a mile.
it's fourth and Yazoo City.
Yeah. So the punt team.
15-yard line, so it's going to be 4th and, oh, wow, 36 yards.
I don't know. I can't count that high. It's late on Friday.
I don't have enough fingers and toes.
So back to do the punting is Fertizzi. Punt formation. Waiting for the snap.
Good snap.
Good snap. And the ball's partially blocked. It's coming down the end zone, and they catch it. Vincent catches it. Number 2, the holder, the wide receiver, catches it in the end zone. It's going to be a touchdown for the Patriots.
Second time they've gotten to the punt tonight. This time they actually get a full block on it, and they were
Yep.
cover it in the end zone for a touchdown. That's going to make it 36-0 MRA, pinning an extra point.
Again, Vincent, the one who just caught that deflected punt in the end zone for a touchdown, going to be holding. Number 17, Clay Olson, going to be on for the extra point. And he's been perfect tonight so far. 36-0, 10:22 left in the second half. Low snap, bobbled a little bit, but the holder does a good job. Vincent does of getting the ball down. And the upright, he kicks it to the upright, so it's going to be 37-0. Your Generals are down. 10:22 left in the first half.
And we're going to take time out with them real quick, Patrick. back to MRA, and there again, Patrick getting ready for the kickoff in that little group, like they're going to fake the onside kick. We'll see what they do.
They fake it again.
And it really takes a lot of practice to do that because they're really close to jumping offside.
Yeah, they come up to the line of scrimmage, so to speak, where the ball is on the 40, and then back off. You just never know. You got to respect it. Thomas Barr was up there again, but now he's back deep to help with the block. And this kick's going to be returnable. Eli Fertiz is going to field it.
About the 6.
That's John Bentley Suarez fields it on the 6. He's out to the 25. He broke a couple tackles and is going to come to rest on about the 27, 28-yard line. We'll see how they spot it.
Yes, sir.
You folks back in Greenville, if you're back in Greenville, we've got a pretty heavy rivalry over there between the Riverside Bulldogs and the St. Joseph Fighting Irish. Right now the score is being reported as 0-0, but the game is in progress and it's in the first quarter.
Yeah, St. Joe's another team that's looking to defend a state championship in this MAI association. Got a couple of D1 prospects over there. We wish those guys luck this year.
The best of luck. A couple of talented football players. We'll be watching them on Saturdays, hopefully. Generals come to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. 1 back in the backfield. Janice in the shotgun formation going to hand it off to Kel Hodges. He's hitting the backfield, but Big Bruiser just keeps fighting. He tries to get back to the line of scrimmage. May come up a little bit short of the line of scrimmage, and we're going to lose 1, it looks like.
Yeah, going to be 2nd and 11. 10 minutes to go for second quarter. Generals trailing 37-0. Generals got to get something going.
I saw the young sophomore big lineman we got, Aiden Cox, come on the field as Nathan Bass going off to take a break. We got 3 receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Kel Hodges, it's a long back in the backfield. Janice calls for the ball, shotgun snap. He's rolling to the left side. He's got a man short, and it looks like it's caught. We're going to get a positive, we'll call it 2 yards there. So we're going to get back pretty close to the same line of scrimmage we had, except it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Yeah, number 9, young Von Epson on the catch there. You know, Von's big brother, Tay, those of you that remember, was a general standout a few years ago. He's playing on Saturdays.
Spread formation, 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. Kel Hodges will be in motion. John Bentley to the far side. Ball's on the far side of the field at about the 27-yard line. Janice rolls that way, short side of the field, throws all the way downfield. Got a man.
Good catch.
We got a catch. Let's see what their rule is. He does call it a catch, so huge pickup there for the Generals on 3rd and 10. We'll call it about 26 yards. Excellent job of footwork right there by John Bentley.
Gonna get it all the way out to the 49-yard line.
Well thrown ball, excellent catch. It was just an excellent executed play there. Well done. Maybe that's what we're going to have to do, Scott, is get out from that pocket and roll and give Janice the run option to create some holes here. Now we're a little bit tighter package. Bogan Brewer in the game at the H-back position. Thomas Barr in the backfield, 1 back in the backfield. When you hear me say H-back, folks, that's kind of the old school term for halfback, and it's called that because what they do is they put him up close to the line of scrimmage. He's not actually a lineman or tight end, but they serve the same purpose.
All right, here we go. Now we're going to get our first officials timeout of the night. I'm going to say this is one of those heat-type timeouts that we always get August and September when the weather's still hot. We're going to take advantage of it, let you hear from some of our fine sponsors. These new uniforms, and here we go.
Ball's on the line of scrimmage, same formation, 2 receivers to the near, 1 to the far. There's a snap. He fakes the handoff. Thomas Barr. Janice keeps it this time. Is going to get good yardage, so we're going to get about 5 yards it's going to be. So it's going to be 2nd and 5. Good play call right there. We just gave him that RPO right there where he pulled it and ran it.
The ball's going to be down to, looks like the 46-yard line, MRA side of the field. Generals have ventured into MRA territory for the first time tonight. We need to keep this drive going, see if we can't result in some points right here, Patrick.
Thomas Barr steps off. They're keeping Bogan Brewer at the tailback position now, I guess, to help protect Janice. So 2 receivers in the near, 2 on the far. John Bentley goes in motion to the far side. He's going to go. We're going to throw a quick hitch to Kel Hodges out there. And we're going to get some positive yards, not much. We're going to call it about 2 yards right here. So we're going to be 3rd and 3. Ball's going to be on the far side of the field. We are in MRA territory now, though. We are about the 44.
A general down on the field.
Maybe Kel Hodges. Maybe he actually beat Kel Hodges on the ground there after making that catch and a run with it.
Yeah, we're going to We're going to take time out while we see what's going on with the young General player.
We were mistaken there. It was not Kel Hodges. That was young Vaughn Epson over there on the wide out position, but he did get up and leave under his own power. So we'll hope everything's okay. We got 3 receivers on the far side of the field, one on the near side, one back in the backfield. Bogan Brewer back there on the right hip of Janice. He calls for the ball, hands it to Bogan. Bogan going in there with the power, and he's stacked up by a host of Patriots.
He's still on his feet.
And they just refuses to go down and gets about, we'll call it 2 yards. We're going to be short. We got a decision to make here. It's going to be 4th and 1.
And it kind of no man's land.
I mean, we punt here. We could possibly kick it in the end zone. We've had one partial block, one block, but it does look like they're bringing on the punt team.
4th down and a long 1. Ball's just inside the 42-yard line. We are going to punt it, try to pin them back deep. See if we've made some adjustments in the interior of our line right here, Patrick, and slow down that.
Well, I've noticed that we
Patriots
did
rush.
bring in the young lineman there, Aiden Cox, the big kid. I had the privilege of coaching him in JV and Pee Wee ball, and that seems to be where we're running and tucking that football. And we've had some movement. That ball is off.
Good
we get
punt.
a decent punt. Fair catch is called for.
About the 14-yard
On
line.
the 14-yard line by number 2. Vincent has been an active player tonight and on this football field. He's just been just about everywhere.
Every offense series seems like defense series, special teams, we've called his name at some point in time. And Generals get ready to take over on defense. 7:07 to go before the half. Generals trailing 37-0. Need a stop right here, kind of build off that momentum. Got a few first downs, got some positive yards.
We certainly do.
Get a stop and see if we can keep that momentum going leading into the half.
Ball's middle of the field on the 15-yard line. The short is still in the game. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 on the far. They're in the middle of the field. We're moving from right to left on your radio dial. There's a snap. They're going to hand it off to the running back. Had a huge hold there, and he's
Uses
missed.
official to his advantage.
Yeah, uses official to his advantage. And our safety back, I'm not sure who that was, lowered his head a little bit to make that tackle. And he kind of went around and gave him a little juke move, did a good job of running the football. So they're going to pick up 25 yards on that run right up the middle.
Get it all the way out almost to the 40-yard line. They're still in the hurry up.
I think that's Briggs Staples back there at number 12 at safety. There they are. 1 receiver to the far. They're running go routes. They're going downfield. They're going to take a shot. A well-thrown ball. Leads his man, number 5. That ball is completed to number 5, the rush Soroller. He is a 6'3", 185-pound, good-looking wide receiver who's a senior. So well-thrown ball by short. He gets behind our cover man, Eli Fertizzi, and uses that height advantage to his privilege there, and so they're going to have a huge pickup.
First down and goal on the 5.
Well, about 50 yards. All right, 2 receivers on the far side. Ball's on the 5-yard, as Scott said. 1 back, 1 back in the backfield. He's going to fake the handoff. He's looking for a guy. A little bit of pressure this time. We've got him in the backfield. We have a missed tackle, but not this time. And he wisely, I think he crossed the line of scrimmage there to throw that ball. He pulled up, short did, and we had a guy ready to tackle him there. I think that was Thomas Barr.
A lineman downfield. I think when he broke the run, I think the lineman went with him, and then he pulled up through it. I think we're going to get a lineman downfield is what we're looking at.
Yep, so they're going to bring it back 5 yards, and they're going to have another down, and so they're going to be 1st and 10 from the 10 short. We put some pressure on him, had a missed tackle in the backfield on him. He stepped up in there and wisely dumped that ball off because he was fixing to be popped.
Yeah, he was fixing to get his uniform dirty for the first time tonight, Patrick.
Yep, and ball is on the 10-yard line, near side hash mark. 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near, 1 back in the backfield. Now 3 receivers to the far side. I apologize. They're going to hand it off to the running back. He's going to be met at the line of scrimmage, may get a yard possibly. That's number 27. AJ Hasley is his name, and he is a 5'8", 165-pound running back senior. Looks like do we have a flag down? We have a personal foul horse collar on the Generals. One of those costly penalties we just cannot do. it wasn't a blatant one. I couldn't see it from up here, so a little bit shocked by that. But the Generals got to play a little bit smarter football, and some of these penalties and just miscues that aren't even being enforced by the MRA Patriots are costing us.
Yeah, it's going to be.
It's going to be second. It's going to be first down from the 5-yard line. Shotgun formation, trips receivers on the far side of the field. One of the near, he fakes the handoff, looking for a man over the middle. No, he hands it off to him. Well done. The Generals stack him up right at the line of scrimmage, and he gets in the end zone. So touchdown from number 27, A.J. Halsey, the senior. And good looking read and fake there, and maybe even faked out some of the Generals because he was 5 yards deep right at the goal line before we put a helmet on him.
Yep. So it's going to be 43-0 MRA, awaiting the extra point. 5:59 to go before the half.
On the attempt to point after is Clay Olson, who's been perfect all night. Senior kicker.
Another one up through the
No, he missed it wide left. I thought I saw it pass by this side of that upright. So he is now. I jinxed him. Maybe I should do that more often.
Need to start calling completions for Philip Short. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe they'll miss him.
Yeah, and it's just. I wish I could keep up with the stats, folks. It's just impossible to do and do a radio broadcast. But he's got to be pushing 200 yards in the air. So far, and we can't tell you enough how good of an athlete, just an excellent arm, and good decision making, and his line's doing a great job of giving him a lot of time. We just now, for the first time, saw a little pressure on him right down here when they were deep in General's territory. Folks, we can't speak enough of the air, the atmosphere around General's football. Tonight's starting off rough, of course, but new coaching staff, a lot of energy, a lot of people behind the scenes pushing to get the Generals where they need to be. And just a lot of positive atmosphere. So stay with us throughout the season. You're going to see, I think, vast improvement. This is a fairly new system to these guys. These seniors have embraced it. They got a lot of learning to do. And I think you're going to see some success with us when we're playing in our own class especially.
Well, I'll tell you, Patrick, we won't play a team as good as this all year long. I don't know that you could put any other two teams on our schedule together and have a team as good as this team we're seeing tonight.
Well, they're very, very well managed, very efficient, very precise in their attacks, well-coordinated passing game. And, of course, they've got the athletes to do it. That's the thing. You got to have those athletes that can go get a football and then one that can deliver it.
Looks like they're just going to go ahead this time and line up, spread out. Looks like they've got some younger kids in there, and maybe they won't take a chance on them jumping off sides on that fake onside.
Yeah, so there's a standard kickoff formation. Ball is lined up on the near side hash mark. We're kicking from right to left. Back deep is John Bentley, of course, and that way he's back there by himself with Thomas Barr up there to block. We got some blockers right here. If he gets behind one of them and kind of went to the wrong direction, Thomas Barr was trying to set up a block, but we get a good run back from the 3 all the way out to the 26 or 24. They say he fell out of bounds at
24. Generals will take over, 1st and 10, 24-yard line. 5:52.
52 seconds left. All remaining timeouts are on the board for both teams. Generals don't start with the huddle this time. They're at the line of scrimmage. We're short a few players, but I'm sure they're going to run in here as Coach Wallace is talking to them with a game plan on the sideline.
And, I'm kind of being distracted here a little bit, Patrick. My phone's blowing up. My buddy's back home in the trash pile sending me texts, and it's kind of throwing me off my game a little bit. I'll be seeing those guys tomorrow and taking care of that business.
Tell them you're working, man.
That's right, I'm working. The General's going to call their first time out of the night.
Looked like we had some personnel issues here, Scott.
We'll take time out with them.
Can I read it?
Campus, Madison, Mississippi, beautiful campus. Just can't say enough about it. They're proud of it. I'm not real sure Ole Miss's Mississippi State's press box is any nicer than this new one they're in the process of building tonight, Patrick, that we're in.
It's very nice, very nice. And the Generals are back. We're back to action here. Kel Hodges in the backfield along with Thomas Barr. Eli Fertizzi at the quarterback position. So a little bit of a change up there. They're going to snap it straight to him and run with those lead blockers. He
Oh.
breaks to the line of scrimmage. He's got a little runner room. He's got a block.
Oh, what a block!
We got a block on the outside, so we got a first down for about 11 yards. He had to cross the whole side of the field, but a good block on the outside edge there. They put the Cosman off out there at the split end or wide receiver position. He came back and threw a block and put a body check on somebody in his true hockey style.
Yeah, and he's swapped numbers on us too. He's wearing 12. The roster says 15.
Yeah,
We-
I'm
we're gonna have to
all
get this-
jumbled up and confused.
We're going to have to get this straightened out.
It's a little tough right here, but it's we're managing, folks. So if
I
we
don't-
call somebody as your family member out and it's wrong, we apologize.
I don't think our number changes is fooling MRA.
No, it doesn't really matter. Again, 2 backs in the backfield. Kel Hodges. It looks like Fertizzi's in the backfield again. Janice is out at the split end position. They're going to take it, fake the hand off the bar, and Eli's going to be wrapped up. He just looked like we took a little bit too long getting out of here, getting out of there, and his lead blockers left, and they kind of come in behind them.
Yeah,
So on that tackle is number 50, Donovan Hasley, who's a 5'9", 220-pound senior. He's a good-looking kid. He's a thick athlete who come up in there and made that tackle.
and we may have been prepared for it. We fooled them with it the first time, and we come right back to the well, and they were ready for it, Patrick.
Looks like they're bringing Janice back to the line of scrimmage in his true formation. Vaughn Epson at the wide receiver position. Good to see him on the field out there on the far side. 2 receivers to the near, 1 back in the backfield. 2 receivers on the far side. It's on the far side of the field. Motion. There goes John Bentley in motion. We have a high snap, mishandled by Janice. He tucks it, wisely runs, follows his runner into the hole that would have been there for him, for the runner. So we're going to get positive yards after what could have been a disastrous snap.
Get out to, looks like they're going to spot him about the 41, Patrick. Going to be
So they got about 5 yards, we'll call it.
3rd and 5.
3rd and 5 and manageable. Let's see what we do here. Looking for a little rollout from Janice. Ball's on the far side of the field. Generals get their signal from the sideline.
Clock is under 4 minutes. 4 minutes to go before the half.
Bogan Brewer, the long back in the backfield. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Janice back at the quarterback position. Looks to the sideline. He's going to call for the ball. They're showing pressure from the outside. We're going to get a false start. Looked like we had a tackle on the far side who stood up a little too quick. But they showed blitz, and they've been so proficient at it. He was just trying to get a jump on them, make sure they couldn't get to the quarterback Janice. So we're going to lose 5, and back to third and 10.
Yeah.
So again, the ball's on the far side of the field. The line comes to the ball, comes set. Janice at the quarterback position. We still have 2 receivers on the far side, 2 on the near. John Bentley Suarez, the close one. Bogan Brewer, the long back in the backfield. Janice calls for the ball. There's a snap, low snap. He catches it. He rolls left, and whoever this lineman is on this far side just missed the block. They blew up the line of scrimmage, and for causing pressure was Drew Horton, a 6', 205-pound linebacker. He's a senior. And forced Janice just to kind of shuffle and scramble. We had a bad snap to start with, and then we missed the block somewhere.
Kind of got our timing off, too. He had to slow down to catch that snap on a skip and slow down his movement to get outside. And
There's a lot of speed on the field for the Patriots. You don't see a lot of big guys out there. They're kind of creating havoc with speed on the edges and giving us fits on the outside edge for those tackles to get there. Punt formation. Fertizzi's back there with a bounce and snap. It's partially blocked, but he gets it off, thankfully. So we won't net more than about 15 yards on this. We'll call it 17 as the ball goes out of bounds on the
49-yard line.
Yep. So Patriots are going to take over in general territory again. Let's see if they take their foot off the gas. I do see Shorts not even walking up to the field, so he may be done for the night,
He
folks.
got his helmet off, stretching.
Yep, working his bands. A lot of folks who got kids that play baseball and throwing positions know about those bands and how important they are to maintain those shoulder and elbow
Flexibility,
joints.
That's right.
So we've got a new quarterback in, and maybe you have a few other new players in the game. I can't read his numbers. Look close to number 24. It looks like, and that's Clayton White. He's a freshman, and we got a flag on the play. The ball snapped. They were trying to make a throw, and there's still pressure. He's still on his feet. We've had missed tackles, and he's managed to
Finally
wiggle
gonna
out
be
of a few
sacked.
of them. We do have a flag now. I think there might have been a lot of movement there. The young quarterback may have snapped the ball a little bit too quick.
Number 33, the last edition of the Stegall brothers on the sack right there.
Tristan Stegall out there on the sack. He kind of wiggled out of Thomas Barr's hands and a few others, and could have made something out of it, but the Generals were quick to react. Now, I still see that starting offensive line out there, but I do see a new quarterback facing, and it seems like the same receivers. So
Illegal shift means they had 2 guys moving in motion at the same time.
they had a lot of motion on the far side of the field there.
We're going to decline that because we sacked them for a loss of 4. The penalty would have been a loss of 5, so we're going to go 2nd and 14.
2 receivers to the near, 2 to the far, 1 back in the backfield. He's looking for a man.
Oh, he's gonna
He's
sack him
sacked by
again.
Thomas Bard.
Thomas Bard.
Brings him down hard too. He tackled him like he was angry at him.
Yeah, going to tackle him all the way back to the 43-yard line.
So the general seem to be bringing the pressure now. I'm gonna speed up the game a little bit here. Again, number 24. He's just a freshman, folks. Clayton White. He's a 6'1", 155-pound quarterback. Like I say again, he's just a freshman playing on the varsity field. So obviously a talented kid if he's playing here. Calls for the ball. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the 2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. He completes a pass there
Number
for
45.
We're going to call it for about 10 yards. So they're going to end up at about 4th and about 8. We'll see what they do.
Kinsman Pace, 6'4", 180-pound junior on the reception. There's 2-minute mark before the half. Inside of 2 minutes.
Looks like they're bringing the punt team on, and also doing the punting is the place kicker, number 17, Clay Olson. So they are bringing the punt team on. This is an interesting look. This is probably a pretty sharp idea right here. They put the big offensive lineman we told you about. One of them stands 6'6", 165, both well over 300 pounds. And they put them in the backfield along with another big lineman. They said, we're not going to have any punts blocked on our watch.
Mm-hmm.
So they create a big old wall back there. And
Tall as them guys are, they
good
block
snap.
out the
He
sun
bobbles
in
the
front of
snap,
them.
and he comes and he's hit. Punter is smoked right there by Drake Nichols. He bobbled the snap. It appeared to be a good snap. He just bobbled it. And it kind of fumbled it out of bounds. He was hit so hard he didn't even get to kick it.
Yeah.
So
Generals take over. What's it going to be on the 49-yard line on the General side of the 50 here, Patrick?
yeah, that's where his foot is marked, and a big hit by Drake Nichols. With a wise play there, he saw the fumble and went after the punter, did not go after the ball. And if he's fumbling like that, he's fair game.
And once the ball touches the turf, there's no more roughing the punter. The punter's
No, it's a
fair
live
game.
ball.
That's right. So
Now-
Generals offense back on the field.
There was a little confusion on what just happened. They're trying to get linemen out there. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. 1 to the near. Ball's on the near side hash mark, 1 back in the backfield. Bogan Brewer
Yeah,
handed
Bogan
off to
Brewer.
him. He's met at the line of scrimmage by a host of Patriots. Looked like we had some confusion getting set there as Caleb may have snapped that ball a little too quickly. We were running some linemen on and off. And I say we still running one on, so maybe we might have been without one there. I don't know what happened.
I counted 11. I'm not real sure what was going on, but still big Bogan Brewer's pretty hard to stop. He's managed to gain a 1 out of that. We're going to have 2nd and 9. Ball right on the 50-yard line.
Seems to be hobbling a little bit. We got trips receivers to the near side. Von Epson split out by himself on the far side of the field. Ball in the middle of the field on the 50-yard line. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw it to Vaughn. He's got a little bit of a cushion. If he can make a man miss, a good open field tackle by the cornerback over there. I'm not sure who that is, but we're going to get about 3 or 4 yards out of it.
Looks like they're going to spot it about the 47-yard line on the MRA side of the 50.
There's that
34
name
seconds.
again, folks. We told you. We've been calling him all night. That's that Rafe Benson. He was out there on man coverage on Von Epson making a good open field tackle. Von is not easy. He's a slippery cat, not easy to bring down.
23 seconds and ticking before the half. It's 3rd and 7. I think the Generals want this to be the last play of the game, or last play of the half, in case we don't get the first down.
Motion to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side, 2 to the near. Going to throw a quick hitch with some blockers out there. He's got a
good
block
block.
if he can get to the edge. And he missed the
Gets out
tackle.
of bounds.
Get
We're
out of
gonna
bounds
get
with
one
4
more play.
seconds. So we pick up we'll call it about 12 yards right there. Generals get a first down, 4 seconds. So we might take a shot at the end zone here and see what we can make happen.
35-yard line. Good move by John Bentley. Great block to get free
Yep.
right there.
Just ran out of field. That's about it. They forced him out of bounds wise, and he got out of bounds. Very wise on his part. We got 2 receivers to the near, 2 to the far side. Bogan Brewer in the backfield. Ball sitting on the 35-yard line. Janice can definitely reach the end zone from this position.
And they're definitely in a prevent.
They are definitely in a prevent, so maybe we get some tomfoolery or something here. We got to have some time. He gets a play, and we miss block here, and he's hit as he throws, so it comes up short. That outside tackle out there, I'm not sure who we have over there, but he just got kind of beat to the outside, and the defensive lineman for MRA Patriots just managed to make him slip, and he got the hit on Janice, and we couldn't get the ball to the end zone. Folks, the MRA Patriots, give them their credit. I mean, it's not that the Generals can't play football. It's they're just that deep and that talented, and just play. They've made very few mistakes tonight. Playing very efficient.
Down 43-0 at the half. And Generals coaches get them coached up. See if we can get some momentum going. Work on some things that maybe they've been seeing that we need to work on, and try to keep everybody healthy, Patrick. See what happens. But we're going to send it back to the studio. We have some interviews, but we're going to save them for our first home game, so you can hear from some of our new coaches personally. So we're going to let that kind of be a special event next week at home. So tonight we're going to send you back to the studio. We'll be back with y'all in about 15 minutes. Thank you for listening to the Generals Football 100.7 WDMS on the HPRN network.
Is there any way to get that done, get mine out of the way, and then y'all do yours, because they're already so long, they didn't know. Yeah, but that's supposed to be cross country first. Y'all tell me what to do, because our time is clicking.
Tell me, I'll introduce the board. What's the word called?
Washington School General.
Turn your radio off if you look like I'm gonna go downstairs.
Well, here comes, we got the other one.
Just if you'll announce it, maybe one of them will stop.
At this time, before the Washington School General Gyms perform, we would like to introduce to you MRA's 2019 cross-country teams.
Stand up.
Somebody do me a favor, turn the light switch on over, please. All right. Thank you. First, we're gonna list all our girls on the cross-country team.
Very good, girls.
MRA's cross-country team is our two-time defending state champions. And on the girls' team, we have Shelby Collier, Anna Dillon, Lucy Davis, Annie Toller, Kenzel Smith, Margaret Ann Hollis, Presley Hughes, Dottie Dow, Addie Bowman, Presley Arnold, Caitlin Blackard, Hattie Tillman, Taylor Holliday, Mary Alex Montgomery, Emily Gillespie, Weatherly Wilson, Maggie Mangum, Jennifer Crotty, Addie Lay, Celia McCullough, Ava Young, Anna Claire Burns, Cassidy McMillan, Bella Bentley, Lily Grace Cottage, Sarah Lynn Livingston, Carly Venable, Abby Holland Bennett, Lucy Adams, Mary Krista Gatlin, and Hannah Potter, Sloan Benson, Dave Matheson, Ashley White, Edward Hurd, Lydia Snowbeck, Laurel Fulcher, Anna Claire Pikes, Savannah McIntosh, Molly Potter, Laura Head, Kelly Chance, and Campbell Owens. That's our girls' 2019 cross-country team, our two-time defending state
We're
champion.
working on buying some land.
Our boys'
That's what he's
cross-country team for
been concerned with
2019.
the past 3 or 4
Kyle
days.
Fuller, Ray Young, Avery Warrington, Mason Tuller, Bryce Dickerson, Ryan Adams, Pepper Hurd, Dustin James, William Pentecost, Will
Madison
Nicklin,
King,
Ray Nelson,
Hannah
Henry Reeves,
East,
Joseph Crum,
Madison
Nathan Tullis, and Clay Olson, 2019
Yeah.
boys cross-country team.
120 acres.
Okay, so there's a
So he
Washington
can build
School
himself.
General Gyms, I got it right.
So he can build himself a cabin and a box.
And now for your halftime entertainment, we present the Washington School General Gyms.
See what
Okay,
he
what's
can
this?
make.
Can y'all check that music on?
Washington School.
Okay, I think it's clean now.
Yeah.
Too loud? Is it too loud? No, it's, I think it's perfect. Thank you
Okay,
so much.
Officer Reeves will be next.
Yes, and I apologize for not taking the floor.
Okay.
Couldn't do it here, but
All right,
they
well-
handled it right though. They stood up like they're
They
supposed to
did.
and turned around.
You don't have to deal with everything. We come in here 2 minutes before the half, roll call, this is 5 minutes, and go, oh, you go fast. What?
And then I thought the band was going first and then
That's because you got good senior leadership.
absolutely. You got it right. That's why when they go, I'm leaving. I'm retiring. I say it every year. I said it the past few years, but this is. They are. They were too scared to leave their boots on because that field was kind of wet. Too early in the season to have somebody fall until the end of it.
Yeah.
Is it different?
Well, they've got a switch down there for that light right over the radio guys there, and one here, for when they build the walls. the best we should put all three of those on. Yeah, because I'm getting a lot of glare on this one.
I think Dan is there next, so we're gonna, I thought the Chili's were there next, but it was
Well,
like.
see, what we were told, and then we were told different. Originally, we were told band was going first, then our girls, and then cheer. But then when we got here, we were told that we were first.
So this looks like band, right?
Next
Yes.
time, this is my first year doing this, so I will reach out next time and we'll just have a Google Doc and share.
We're fine.
Cheerleaders sitting on the ground, so it's
We
gonna be
just
band.
normally do this.
And now we have the Washington School Marching Band.
2019 season in Madison, Mississippi. You're live on 100.7 WDMS HPRN Sports Network.
Scott, let's take this opportunity. I want to make you folks aware, if you weren't aware, Washington School is getting with the program on a lot of our technology, and we're much like we were for home games last year. Got some pretty excellent people. We're now live streaming the football games on YouTube. You can search the Washington School channel just search WSIT.
Two separate words,
WSIT, and a lot of our programs are going to be live streamed this year. So look for that to be happening. And so you folks who can't travel, grandparents, things like that, or maybe you're just a fan, pull it up and give it a look, and you can watch what's going on in live action. But you'll hear Scott and I both on the radio as well as on YouTube. We're streaming the commentation there.
We're a lot more entertaining, though, Patrick, than just the video.
Well, we definitely both have the radio face.
Yeah.
Going on.
And body.
Yeah.
And body.
Yeah. I mean, you do resemble Brad Pitt with a little bit of
On the radio, I
especially with that
Brad Pitt on the radio.
especially with that eyeshadow you got on tonight. Makeup people did a great job.
Look, real quick before we do get back talking football, I'll give a shout out to Miss Debbie Harris, who, has helped us end this confusion and texted us the updated roster.
Much kudos to her.
Yes.
She got. I guess she got tired of hearing us ramble through it, and we appreciate that, Miss Debbie.
Tired of hearing us struggle through whether it was Caleb or Eli or.
Right now, folks, I want to give you an update across the MAIS on what's going on in some of these games that we are getting updates on scores. Right now, Central Holmes Christian is leading East Rankin Academy 14-0. Hartfield is beating St. Aloysius out of Natchez. St. Aloysius, Vicksburg. They're winning 20-3. Jackson Academy and Pillow Academy are playing, but there's no score reported on that just yet, as is Bio Academy and Indianola Academy. Moving down, here's a shocker of a little bit right here. Jackson Prep is playing Heritage Academy, and it's only 7-3.
Yeah.
So Prep is winning 7-3.
Heritage is in our division, and their name's being brought up prominently along with Pillow Academy as kind of the favorites to win that division, and it looks like that may be true. They're 7-3 with a good Jackson Prep team.
Another close game here between Lamar out of Meridian and Starkville Academy. That score is 14-6. Lamar in the lead. Lee Academy is playing Mag Heights. We have no score there. Of course, Riverside St. Joseph is still looking like a St. Joseph winning there at 8-0. Not sure where they are in the game. And that's where things lie on what I've got so far on the scores. We just don't have folks updating it quite yet. I know there's got to be some potential scores there, but they just have not updated it.
Yeah, we'll be getting scores on Twitter and via text the rest of the night, and we'll bring those updates to you. I know people that are high school football fans like to see scores, whether it's their team or not. And both teams are down warming up, Patrick, and I see that young quarterback number 24 warming up, and I don't see Phillip Short anywhere. So
yeah, I don't look for him to bring Mr. Short back out. Just this point in the game seems to be pretty well in hand. And it'd be a good time as a coach, from a coaching perspective, development perspective, to start developing some of your younger talent. You may even see some of that on the general side as well. A little experience here goes a long way as this season moves on, and you could have possible injuries, and those guys get some game reps and playing time. You don't want to come in cold when that happens.
Oh, no doubt. So the officials seem to be rounding the teams up. Generals are going to receive the kick as we won the toss and deferred, so we are going to receive the second half kick. Not sure which way we're going to be kicking yet. I don't know if they've made that determination, but
I think we're going to be kicking it from left to right on your radio dial. The Generals will be back receiving the ball on the south side of the field, so they're going to be running from right to left. Looks like the MRA Patriots are staying out of their little cluster formation where they fake the onside kick, and they're going to line up in a straight kick formation.
Looks like we're going to have a different kicker as well. I don't see number 17 on the field.
Number 11, Davis Dalton, a sophomore kicker. He's 6'1", 160 pounds, wide receiver and safety. But he seems to obviously he can put the foot to it as well, because they've got him lined up ready to set the ball in his tee and put the foot to it. So back deep for the Generals will be again John Bentley, Suarez, and Von Epson. And back there protecting them to start with is going to be Bogan Brewer and Kel Hodges. Thomas Barr comes up close to respect the onside kick. And as soon as they set up and line up, he'll take off a little bit here. Got a referee assisted him with a jersey malfunction, and I look for him, and he does. He backs up as he realizes they're in their true formation to kick off here. And let's see if we can make some fireworks happen here.
Here comes the kick and a big booming kick.
Yeah, Dalton puts the foot to it. It goes over Edson's head, and he kind of lets it go. And then thank God, John Bentley
was Johnny on the spot.
Yeah, Johnny on the spot. And I think maybe Vaughn didn't know where he was on the field because he was 10 yards out from the end zone, and that's danger zone.
That was that sand wedge I was talking about earlier. Had a little backspin on it. My boy Eric Brozovich called me out on that on text message a while ago. So they can spin these kicks just like they do a golf ball. So General's going to take over.
On the 9-yard line.
First down and 10 from the 9-yard line. Looks like we're going to have a running clock here, Patrick. As you know,
the mercy rule.
Mercy rule, 35-point deficit.
At halftime, and they're going to run the clock continue. So the General's in a tight formation here. Kind of an offset eye with the tailback behind. Janice is under center now for a change of pace. One receiver to the near side, going to hand it off, and a power eye is what it looks like. Thomas Barr. We're going to get some positive yards here.
Get out across the 15. Going to be a gain. We're going to give him a gain of,
we'll call it 7 yards. For General's going with a different look. Janice under center. Still no huddle. They're just kind of clustered up at the line of scrimmage in a tight formation. We're going to want Von Epps is going to lead the field. And we're going to bring in John Bentley Suarez, and it kind of line it up in just a power eye formation, old school football, and run it right at you. Now they do separate it out a little bit here, and again into the. It's really like a wishbone, folks.
Yeah,
an offset
I'm not really
wishbone.
sure how to describe this formation, but
we've got two backs to the tight end side, and one receiver to the split end side with a tailback. And Janice is under center, so it's kind of an offset power eye. He takes a snap, is going to hand it off to Thomas Barr again. Good hard run. He's going to get again more positive yards. Going to pick up about. We'll call it 5. Going to get the first down, and the ball is going to come down on the 22-yard line on the far side of the field.
yeah, first down yardage, 20-yard line. Sorry about that, Mo.
So Generals get the first down. They huddle up slightly and get the play call. Janice brings them to the line. One receiver to the near side. Now the power eye, offset eye with Kel Hodges and Bogan Brewer at the upbacks, with the tailback being Thomas Barr. They're all set to the split end side here. Janice waits for the play call, gets under center, takes a snap, hands it off to Barr again, and
You're going to get a good 4 yards. Going to get out.
no, we're going to call it 2 on that one. I think he was brought down from behind there, and the MRA Patriots doing a good job of stacking up those lead blockers at the line of scrimmage on that play. We swap out a lineman here and bringing in, I believe that's number 76, Gavin Wells, coming on the field at guard position. See the young Aiden Cox still in there at the other guard, and that line is anchored by Reed Howe at the center position. We're back in that offset eye. One split into the near side. The two upbacks are offset to the far side. One tailback. Ball snap, fumbled on the snap. He picks it up and then pitches it back to Thomas Barr.
Have a turnover.
And we do. It looks like the change possession. Janice tried to pick up the fumbled snap and toss it to Barr, and we just had too much fumbling there, and the MRA Patriots are going to come up with a turnover on the Generals 20. The ball's going to be in the middle of the field, so they're deep in Generals territory again due to a turnover. Generals not helping themselves with some mistakes here.
Yeah, little mishandling of the snap, but I'm not real sure that Janice's knee wasn't on the ground when he kind of scooped that ball up trying to get it to Thomas. It could have caught him down. In high school, you're down when your knee touches, not by contact as some of the other levels of football.
And as soon as really anything on the lower half of your body hits the turf, you're down. Spread formation, the young quarterback back in, number 24, Clayton White. 2 receivers to the near side, one on the far. He takes a shotgun snap. He's going to look to the end zone, and he's sacked by number 20.
Got to look at our new roster.
Yeah, I think that's Eric Pham.
Let's see where we got it at. That is Eric Pham.
Eric Pham, it is.
My text message had went away. Had to reload it. So.
Shout out to one of my buddies here, Joe Wells, gives us an update. Pilla is up at the half, 19-13, and they're playing. Let me tell you,
JA.
They're playing JA.
Yeah, Pilla's playing.
We got a flag now. We got a dead ball penalty here.
False start.
So they're up. that says something about their program. They're on the upswing, 19-13 Pilla up at the half.
Yep. J.A. has been hit by some injuries. I was talking to some of my buddies in the coaching profession, and I think J.A. has lost 2 running backs and a defensive end to injuries early in camp, and the quarterback did not come back to school. So they're down 4 key players before the season ever started.
Shotgun formation, balls on the 16, 3 receivers sitting near side, 1 at the far. Just barely threw it over the hands of Bogan Brewer. That ball could have easily been an interception. Now, that's not Bogan. Who is that? That's they do
That's
complete
Pham.
it for a positive. Joey Pham there,
Joey Pham.
it kind of flips it over the top of him and just threads the needle. Well done by the young quarterback.
3rd and 6, balls on the 16-yard line. 6 minutes, 40 seconds with the running clock.
They're bringing the formation tight, still in the shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, ball on the 16. There's a snap in the shotgun. He's got to go route of the halfback.
Oh, what a catch.
And a good catch and throw. Eli Fertizzi had an opportunity to light him up right there, and it gave him a little bit of mercy. And, with this targeting penalties now and the way they are about, hits and things, that's understandable.
Yeah. Defenseless receiver.
Yeah, he hadn't quite caught it, so Eli had to make a decision and let him catch it. And they get it. It's a result of a first down. It's 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 on the far.
Timeout.
Timeout.
MRA. 6 minutes ago, first quarter. This second quarter, this is going to go quickly with the running clock, so we're going to try to get you to our sponsors as often, as many times as we can. So here we go. Six minutes to go.
They break the timeout huddle, and they go straight to the line. We got 2 receivers to the near side, 1 on the far. We got H back on the near side. Ball is on the 8-yard line on the far side of the field, 1 back in the backfield. There's your snap. He hands it off to the long running back. He's going to he breaks the tackle, and he's into the end zone from 8 yards out. We
Got
just
a
had
flag,
missed
got a
tackles. We got some
flag,
flags
got a flag.
somewhere. Not sure.
That was maybe in the area of a.
I think we had a towel down is what that was. Yeah, one of the generals lost their towel. And so the MRA Patriots put it in the end zone here.
We're gonna have an unsportsmanlike face mask on the generals. That's going to be declined, and result of the play being the touchdown, going to be 49-0, pending the extra point. I was kind of under the impression they would just add that to the kickoff, but apparently that's not the rule.
So the young quarterback, freshman Clayton White, coming in and seems poised and making good decisions and takes his team down the field. We got a new place kicker on the point after attempt. It's up and it's good. It's number 56. His name is Landon McGee. He's a 5'9", 145-pound kicker and punter. He's junior. So, but he splits the upright as have they done most of the night.
Till you jinxed them earlier, so.
Yeah, maybe I should talk about it a little more.
4:54 to go, third quarter. Generals trailing 50-0. And Patrick, there's a Philip Short sighting. He's on the sideline, still got his pants on. Jersey and shoulder pads are off. Gatorade towel around the shoulder, so I would say his night is done.
Yeah, I can't imagine them risking any kind of injury to him with a lead like they've got. It's 50-0 with a running clock. It's 4 minutes 30 seconds and counting here in the third quarter. Generals receiving the ball. Again, we're moving from right to left on your radio dial. Back deep again will be this time. Young Vaughn is off the field, and Eli Fertizzi and John Bentley back there. Maybe Coach Wallace is a little agitated with him letting that ball go over his head like that, not knowing where he was on the field.
So
Of course, he could just be getting some leg rest from being out there as a wide receiver running those routes so much.
we have a bunch of guys that have played a bunch of downs tonight, offensively and defensively. These young men are not going to have any trouble resting tonight, no doubt.
No, it's one of the side effects, too, of going no huddle like we do, a little bit of hurry up. You can still get to the line of scrimmage and wait, but they've got to get back in position and get back and put you in a place where you can snap the ball if you want to. So it's a lot to ask of kind of a thin numbers we got over there. And the ball's set, kicker's ready to put the foot to it. Again, doing the kick, and an excellent kick. It's going to come down to the 10. Filled by
Eli's-
Bertizzi. He's got it and got full head of steam. He splits a couple of them. He gets out to the 32-yard line. A good return by Bertizzi. And another good kick by the young kicker, Davis Dalton, sophomore.
Good high kick, good
Yep.
coverage kick, and Eli did a good job making a couple guys miss. I mean, that's, if I have to say we've had a bright spot tonight, it's probably been the kickoff returns. It looks like we're averaging over 20 yards per return.
Yeah, well, we'll wait to see if we're going to actually get a chance to return a punt.
Yeah.
They haven't had the punt yet, I don't believe.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if they punted or not.
Again, we've got the same offset eye. Janice is under center. We got a tight end on the far side. The offset eye is to that side. Bogan Brewer and Kel Hodges at the upback. Pitches to Thomas Barr. He gets to the edge. He's on the corner. He can turn it and gets
And
brought
that's a
down around the shoulders there. They called harsh call earlier, but didn't seem to get one there. He kind of gets bear hugged around the neck and brought down, but not till he picks up about 17 yards.
Yeah, he's going to get across the 50 all the way to the 49-yard line, MRA side of the field.
So it looks like Coach Wallace, just like in any other deal, had made an adjustment here. We got our two big backs up there in the up position, lead blocking, and figured we're going to make them pay for it if they try and stop us.
Basically like having two extra linemen on the field, Patrick.
Yep. Bogan probably goes 215 in a short body, compact frame, and Kel is every bit of 215 and 6 foot.
I kind of resemble that short, compact remark there, Patrick.
Well, you do resemble it. There's a toss to Thomas Barr to the near side, same formation. Just gets
Going
behind
the
those
direction.
blockers and just keeps going downfield. And as those guys move the wall to about 6 yards, now you might resent that comment.
No, I don't resent it. I can't,
I've got a few family members that would resent it as well.
going to be 2nd down and 5, and minute
Generals-
and 38 with this running clock. Generals need to hurry up, or we're going to be into the 4th quarter.
They're taking their time intentionally at a slow, methodical pace. I think Janice is going to the sideline, getting the play, and we're giving those guys a chance to catch a breather. We're going to, again, tight end formation with the two upbacks and all set eye. Thomas Barr is a long back, one receiver to the far side. Janice goes under center. Ball's on the 50. We're moving from right to left. He's going to fake the toss.
Oh.
And he's going to throw a go route here. He's got a man. And, it looks like we had a little contact, maybe incidental, but
John
we just
Bentley-
weren't quite behind him just yet. And good defensive play for him, not biting on that run fake. That was an excellent play call. But kudos to the fellow over there playing cornerback. Not sure what his number. I can't see it from here. It's number
15.
Number 15. Hatcher Swanson, he's a sophomore, so the young player wasn't fooled, and so but I like the play call by Coach. I like that that's in the package.
Kind of out on the island, and he did a good job defending.
We run that toss sweep a couple times, and we faked it, the full arm fake on the toss, and turned and gunned it.
Same formation, just flip-flop to the other side.
Takes the snap, hands the toss it to Eli Bertizzi, but we're going to run right. He trips over a couple of his own linemen who were on the ground, I guess, blocking, and he just ended up there and tripped up on him. We got Drake Nichols in now at the wide receiver spot. I haven't seen him a lot on this side of the ball.
It's going to be 4th down and 3. Looks like our offense is staying on the field.
At this point, why not?
Yeah, and don't think we'll get this snap off. 4 seconds, and we're going to be going to the 4th quarter, so we're going to take a quick break with them.
Scores 50-0.
Starting the 4th quarter, we've brought our punt team on, Patrick. Let's see if we can get an actual good punt off tonight.
Yep, now we've flip-flopped on you on the field. We're going to be moving from left to right. Pretty good snap.
Oh, good
Eli
punt.
gets it off. It's going to come down and bounced out of bounds pretty close to the 15-yard line is where they marked it. So, yeah, he's splitting the 15 and 16-yard line on the far side of the field. So, well done by Eli Fertizzi. It looks like, I'm not sure who's doing the deep snap and force. It's not really coming as a spiral, and maybe when he's catching it, he's having to take a minute to get it set like he wants it set. And it seems to be taking him a little bit longer than normal.
It looked like we made a little bit of an adjustment there. It looked like that was one of those rugby-style punts where he's kicking on the run and kind of makes it a little bit harder to block with the moving target, and seemed to work out as we got the good punt off and going to pin them back down inside the 20, 15-yard line. Clock running, 11 minutes to go in the game.
So the Patriots come to the line, shotgun formation, one back in the backfield, two receivers on both sides of the field. It's on the far side hash mark at the 15-yard line. He hands it off to number 19.
That's another different back.
Trey Zito, 5'9", 175-pound running back. He's a junior. And he's going to lose a yard, so the Generals gobbled him up pretty good. And it's going to be 2nd and 11. The ball still rests on the far side of the field on the hash mark on that side. We're going to put it on the, let's say, between the 14 and 15-yard line. He puts it down on the 14. So Patriots come, same formation, two receivers on both sides of the field, one back in the backfield. White, the quarterback, freshman. He takes a snap, has a man, overthrows him, and John Bentley takes it easy on him. He could have hung him out to dry pretty good. I think he knocked the wind out of him, but his quarterback kind of hung him out to dry there, and that's always a dangerous thing when you throw it that high. You want to deliver that ball on the money because you hang them out to dry with those cornerbacks and man coverage.
Well, I'm going to have to give his quarterback a break because the quarterback kind of got hammered pretty good by number 20, Joey Pham, coming on the blitz. And he had to throw it a little sooner than he wanted to, and that receiver's down. So while he's out, we're going to take time out with him. We're getting back ready for action. The young Patriots receivers being helped off the field, Patrick.
That's number 45, Kinsman Pace. He's a 6'4", 180-pound junior. They're getting ready to set the ball back. An update on some scores here. St. Joseph is leading 14-0 over Riverside Bulldogs. Heritage Academy has taken the lead on Jackson Prep. It is 10-7. Heritage Academy is leading that. Motion to the near side. They're just going to hand it off on a speed sweep. And the Generals they're not fooled by it, so we're gonna be at about 4th and 8, and so maybe we'll see the punt for the first time tonight from the MRA Patriots.
Yeah, there is a different package coming on the field, so I'm assuming this is the punt team.
I see some of that beef that likes to protect those kickers, so I would assume they're going to kick it away unless they're going to hand it to one of them.
We did see a punt earlier because I remember seeing the big guy, so this will be the second.
That's
punt
correct.
of the night.
You are correct. We did talk about that.
Yeah. Second punt, be the second punt tonight. Eli Fertizzi back deep to return it. Our beginning kicker is in to do the punting, Clay Olson.
He gets a good snap. He kicks it away from about the 5. It's a high, not very deep kick, but it's well done to get it out deep in their territory. So it's going to come out of bounds at about the 50. Let's see how he marks it up the sideline. He's still walking, and it's like a drum roll we need. He's still walking. And boom, right there on the
42-yard line, General.
I mean, the suspense is killing me.
Yeah, I mean, that's the slowest 8-yard walk I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, it's like he was coming out for the WWE Raw on Monday night.
Yeah, all we needed was the pyrotechnics with the flames and the sparklers.
I'll tell you what, I thought we were going to get X-Chop there for a minute.
Yeah.
Set the pyros off. All right, Generals come to the line. Looks like the same compact package here with Bogan Brewer and Kel Hodges on the offset eye as the lead up back. Thomas Barr is back in the backfield. Janice is under center. He's going to hand it to him. He's going to follow those big guys, and he's got a hold. He's still on his feet, and totes one of them with him as another one brings him down. He's going to come down on about the 28-yard line, so it's going to be a pickup of about 16, 17 yards. So nice run there.
The only thing we were missing on that walk down the sideline would have been for him to just suplex Coach Davis as he went by him on the sideline. That
I'd
would've
pay
been
good
fun.
money for that.
Yeah, Coach Davis is a friend of mine, so I can get by with talking about him.
Same formation.
First and
Same
10.
two upbacks. Kel Hodges, Bogan Brewer, all set on. Split him to the near side. If they show pressure on the outside, they bring it. But we hand it off going the opposite way. Thomas Bar turns the corner. He's up the field. He may go to the house. No, he's met by the safety on about the 6-yard line where he's tackled and run out of bounds there. But due to the speed up rule, the clock is still ticking. It's ticking down from 7:50 and counting. The score is still 50-0 here.
They're going to spot him. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 7-yard line, maybe closer to the 8. First and goal.
Central Holmes County Christian is leading East Rankin Academy 21-0.
East Rankin being in our classification, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't that correct?
I believe so. Different division though.
Yeah.
Same formation, flip-flop sides. We're going to toss sweep to Eli Fertizzi there, and he's going to run up and maybe get us 2 yards of positive yardage. So we're on the 6-yard line.
It's going to be second and goal from about the 6, and looks like Thomas Barr got him some water, got him a rest, and here he comes back.
Hartfield Academy is now leading St. Al 20-3. Lamar up on Starkville Academy 14-6.
I can't get over that Heritage Prep score.
Yeah, it must be in a defensive grind there a little bit. All right, two up backs, Bogan Brewer, Kel Hodges to the far side, wide receiver to the near side. Thomas Barr's back in. We're going to hand it off. He's going to run behind Kel Hodges.
Quick. He may get.
He does close quick, but he gets forward progress. He's going to be maybe a foot short
inside
of the goal line.
Yeah, it's going to be fourth and goal.
It's yep. Third. It's going to be third and goal.
So we'll see what the Generals have up their sleeves right here. We're going to.
We take Thomas Barr out. We run Eli Fertizzi
Fertizzi
in. Still got the big upbacks in the game.
Basically just giving him a breather. It's hot and it's humid and
It's been a bruiser tonight for
played
those
a lot of
guys.
plays. That's right.
Two upbacks to the near side along with the tight end. One receiver to the far side. Eli Fertizzi to tailback. We're going to give it straight to Janice. He gets in. He lets those big backs get going, and he just tucks it in behind him and walks into the end zone. So touchdown for the Cosmonaut kid with Janice. And the Generals are on the board. It's 50-6.
50-6. 6 minutes to go in the game.
Still ticking, even though we've scored.
Yeah.
We're doing a PAT, so on to do the kicking.
Eli Fertizzi.
Eli Fertizzi.
I'm gonna have to check into that. Last
I
year,
am
Will
too.
was, and
It was
the few
money.
practices I've been to all year, he's been doing some kicking. He may have some kind of something going on with his legs. Who knows?
So down to the hole, John Bentley, same fellas last year. Eli sets up the field goal. There's a
Good
snap,
snap.
good hold. And
it's
Eli punches it through, it looks like. So well done by Eli Fertizzi.
gonna be 50-7, 5:30 and ticking, and we're gonna take a few seconds to hear from some of our fine sponsors.
That music right there is what we needed as he walked up the sideline there.
That's right. Scored our first touchdown of the 2019 season. There for a while, I was worried it was going to be week 2 before we got it, but we were able to sneak one in here tonight. So
So Generals line up at the wrong, but now that looks like Will Kelly out to do the kickoff now.
yeah, it does look like Will. It is Will.
Will Kelly, Pedro back on for the kicking duties, and we're flip-flopping sides. Everybody's lined up on the wrong side. The MRA Patriots went out on the wrong side of the field, so the Generals just kind of assumed that they'd kick from this side.
That's
but
right.
The back judge back there in the black hat said, no, guys, we're going to do this the right way.
I think everybody was confused, even the officials. But here we go. Now we're going to know with the running clock, that probably just cost us about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. So it's 3:58 and counting. Generals trailing MRA Patriots 50-7.
You know, we can't be wasting those minutes if we're getting back in this ball game, Patrick.
Let's see if we get real risky here and kick this onside kick. Pedro is lining up for the pooch kick that he's known to be pretty good at. So Will Kelly back, he's going to kick it off, and there it is. It's a short pooch kick to the far side. Fair catch
Onside
is called
kick,
for.
yeah. About
And-
the 36-yard line, Patrick.
Yeah, he tried to be slick and catch that walking forward, did he? Fair caught done by number 40, J.T. Wine, I guess is the way that's pronounced. It's a 6'1", 180-pound sophomore. They got a lot of 6'1", 6-foot guys, 180, 185 pounds, good-looking athletes.
They got a whole passel of 6 foot and taller guys.
Yeah,
Maybe they can let us borrow some of them.
I hope so.
So here we're getting close to the 3-minute mark. General's trailing 50-7. General's defense back on the field.
So it's looking like we've got some substitutes. I don't see those big linemen out there anymore, but they are missing a lineman. So I hope they want
they're
to
looking
run a
at
play
the
here with Joey
sideline.
Pham is sitting over here waiting to eat somebody's lunch over here. If they run this play without a tackle.
Yeah, we're just gonna. I think they're just gonna run it with 10. Yeah. Of course, here comes the guy that's.
Of course, here comes the starting tackle, and
Yeah.
he didn't think he's supposed to be out there. We got motion to the near side, 2 receivers on there, and they still run right at that hole. And he gets up the field and big, good lick right there by John Bentley Suarez as
Thomas
Thomas Barr wraps
yeah.
him up for the tackle. But they are going to get about. He kind of juked and jived and fought his way through that first level in the defense. He gets about 6 yards.
Yeah. Of course, that young man that was not on the field just got an earful from the coach when
Yeah,
he
he got
sent him out. So
I thought he was going to call timeout just to chew on him a little bit. We got twins on both sides of the field, shotgun formation, one back in the backfield. White takes the snap, hands it off to number 19. He's wrapped up pretty quickly there. That's Trey Zito. He's run the ball a couple times. He's a
Big
junior.
Bogan Brewer coming off the bottom of that pile. Number
Yeah.
20, Mr. Pham.
You run into that, and it will stop you. So it's going to be 3rd and about 3. So see if the Generals can come up with a stop and at least get the ball back and take some shots or something.
That's right, inside of 2 minutes. Need to hold them here.
Twins,
Force a punt,
twins
possible.
receivers, both sides of the field, shotgun formation, one back in the backfield on the left hip of White. They send motion to the near side, but then he hands it off to Zito, and he's wrapped up pretty good. Wasn't fooled by that. And on that tackle is a little guy. Who is that? That's
I can't see the number.
23.
23 is
Banks Dinkins.
Banks Dinkins in
So
the
getting
field.
there and mixing it up a little bit, and
Gonna be
makes a good
four-
open field tackle. So it's going to be fourth and about 2, or about 4th and 1, and they're going to go for it. Twins receivers, both sides of the field, one back in the backfield. White calls for the ball, low snap. He's going to try and throw a quick hitch, creates a little separation. He got it, got his man, completed it there for about 7 yards to number 30, Street Toller, sophomore, 5'10", 150 pounds.
I think basically that just sealed the deal there, Patrick.
Yeah.
All they were trying to do was get that first down to keep this clock going.
They may take a shot here, though. Who knows? They're lined up in the Twins receivers. They make a substitution here. So we got Twins on both sides of the field. Ball's on the far side of the field, and it's in General's territory on the 46-yard line. Motion sent to the far side. Bad snap. It's kind of bobbled, and quarterback wisely goes down. And
33. We're gonna have
we have a General who went down. He went down kind of funny. He made the sack, but
Tristan Gall.
Tristan
He may
Gall.
have hurt himself and trying not to.
he kind of
hit a
slid and twisted that
defenseless
knee.
Player, yeah.
He kind of slid and twisted that knee a little bit. He did go down strangely.
Yeah, the quarterback had went to the knee on the bad snap, and I think Tristan had to try to pull up to keep from hitting that defenseless player room.
We hate to see that this late in the game.
17. I don't think
I
they'll
don't think
snap
they're
it.
going to snap a ball here, folks. It's 13 and 12, 11 and counting.
Yeah.
Your Generals are going to drop a tough one here, the MRA Patriots. They're here at Madison Ridgeland Academy. Again, a beautiful campus. As the clock winds down, the Generals will walk away with a less than triumphant day. But, folks, please tune in and watch us. Don't forget about the YouTube channel. Search it out. It's WS, 2 words, WSIT. It's 2 different words. And you can catch a lot of the General sports there streaming this year. It's a free service. No sign-ups or anything like that. So please check us out on that. You also hear the wonderful commentation of my tall friend here, Scott Rainwater, and me, Patrick Spencer, as the General season progresses on.
The only time I'm